What's going on? It's the RapNerd, and I had some free time today, so I decided to go see The Running Man. I was actually supposed to see this movie last week, but couldn't get a babysitter, so I just opted to go by myself. And this is one that I really wanted to catch in theaters because I know for a fact that this movie is going to be on streaming pretty soon. So I guess this could be the reason as you should watch it when it hits streaming, because I thought this movie was great and I loved it. Of course, there are some issues that I will address at the later end when I get into spoilers, but I want to give my overall take on it. I like that it was kind of wacky and all over the place in regards to mixing the satirical notes with the seriousness that they're going for in the film, as I'm sure the book has gone for, and even the movie back with Arnold. So the movie follows a guy named Ben Richards who is down on his luck with his wife and child, who are going through financial struggles in this futuristic world, and a way to get some major money is to play this game called The Running Man, where if you stay alive for 30 days you will be given a massive amount of money off, and he plays the game in order to get his family out of this financial struggle. That's really the basis of it. What you get in the trailer is exactly what the movie is. So I don't really understand how else you would see the movie if you saw the trailer, and it was fun as hell, and I'm gonna get a lot of watches out of this. For one, this movie is so good and enjoyable for me because we follow Glenn Powell, and he is what I like to call the traditional form of a movie star. He's charismatic, he's good looking, he is funny, there's a little bit of edge to him. He's all of these things that you would imagine would be from the 90s, and I like that in him, and you really see it in a role like this. He's somebody you can get behind and cheer for, and also be afraid for when things aren't quite going his way. So he's a star, and of course Edgar Wright's signature style is the second star of this movie because it oozes of his energy with the fast-paced cuts, all of the fun soundtracks that go along with sequences to amplify it, like especially one where Ben Richards' character meets Michael Cera in his house. That's my favorite scene of the film. It was just so fun. It felt like an adult playing Home Alone, similar to what was seen in Violent Night. Josh Brolin is also in this movie, and he's kind of plays the big bad, the one who is the owner of this show called The Running Man, and it's clear that he's corrupt, and it's clear that he's preying on vulnerable people to make a dollar for himself. But ultimately, the message of what's being said here is that the world is cool with entertainment regardless of how it comes, because throughout the entire movie you see Ben trying to escape from all of these killers who are on the hunt for him, and people are just watching like it's a goddamn sitcom, and even hollering and cheering when people get blown up or killed, because that's the thing about the game too. It's not just one person, it's a multiple people chosen to survive, and each person gets killed one by one until we get to the final person who they really gun for. So as these people are dying, people are cheering like a sports game, like somebody just scored a touchdown or some shit. It's crazy. The world we're in now, where social media is the biggest thing and we can get entertainment everywhere from our phones, and people will watch videos of terrible things happening. I mean, I'm even a victim of that myself. So overall, I enjoyed myself. I loved it, and I would watch it again, and I plan to watch it again. So I'm about to get into spoilers to talk about some of the things that were a bit from my viewpoint. So like I said, spoilers coming now. Go ahead and go away if you have not seen the movie, and come back when you do. The third act really is the biggest thing, and for me it's just the amount of content packed into the last 20 minutes. I feel like that all could have been fleshed out more. We're introduced to this character that Ben Richards runs into because he flees the city, and we're with her for the remainder of the act, and it's kind of like, I don't really care about her. There's not enough meat on the hook for me to really care about her motivations, and then they try to use her as a means to continue to push the message of entertainment over everything. But it's like, I don't really feel the weight of the situation because I don't care about her. And I feel like the way it goes about how it ends was a bit rushed. They get on this plane, and it's yet another scheme by Josh Brolin's character to continue the TV show the way it is, and it just blows by really quick. He gives him an ultimatum of either get with us or you're gonna get shot out of the air, and of course he doesn't get with it. So once the plane gets shot out of the air, it then cuts to a character who was previously in the movie summing up everything that happened, like Ben Richards escapes, he's been on the run, and the people start to find out that the system that Josh runs has doctored the footage to make it look like he got shot down, but he really is still alive. And then all of a sudden the people turn on Josh, and there's this big thing about people following his rule. And I'm like, yo, all of this is happening within 15 minutes. This is quite a bit of shit going on. I would have loved for that entire portion to kind of be extended for an extra 10 to 15 minutes to kind of soak in everything, because it goes like this. I was watching kind of confused, like, is this supposed to take place like right after? Because it sure does feel like this whole legend thing happened right after, like a day or two after the plane getting shot down. But it's perceived to have happened over an extended period of time, like a few weeks, and the legend grew. But because again it's so fast, you don't really feel the strength of this movement who has come to their senses and kind of backed away from entertainment over lives. But like, I do like the sentiment that he was able to escape. Ben Richards is who I mean, and become a legend, because not only did he beat the Running Man, but he stood for something else. And the final shot for me was a chef's kiss of him counting down with the pistol. I thought that was a really dope ending. So again, while the third act was rushed, it did not ruin the movie to me. It goes in line with the tonality. I just wish it would have been a little bit more fleshed out, so everything didn't feel so fast-paced and lose the weight of what they were trying to do. So if you've seen The Running Man, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. What were your favorite moments or your favorite moment? Mine, again, was the Home Alone type thing to go against the Hunters. And I can't wait to bring this home. So if you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, thank you. And until next time, peace. RapNerd Productions, no capping, that's word to mommy. Instead of banking on it, now rapping is just a hobby.